Someone a couple of days ago came up to me and he said, "Are you telling me that I need to think before I speak?" Wouldn't be a bad idea. He also went on to say to me, "Someday I want to learn how to have a face-to-face conversation." I said to him, "Well, how about today?" He said, "No, I'm not ready yet." You take a closer look at what your listeners see and hear rather than what you believe to be true.
Meet your next corporate event speaker who will empower your professionals to enhance their level of influence and impact during all communication interactions.
And that's what will make the difference between someone who's influential Monday to Monday.
Stacey Hanke is a sought-after speaker for corporations and organizations looking to build trust, confidence, and credibility into their leadership, communication, and business relationships.
Creating a reputation of influence takes practice, takes consistent focus, commitment, and discipline. For 1 week, audio tape yourself 5 times. Oh my God, that was like the air just came out of the balloon. Did you feel that? How many of you think, I could do that? How many of you just need more time to think about it? I really believe if you have not seen through the eyes and ears of your listener, you're missing out. You're missing out on the potential that you have to be even more effective than you might even realize you are. So this isn't carving out more time in your day. And frequently I'll hear people say, "I just didn't have time to practice." What, you've not had a conversation for a week? Of course you've had time to practice. And it's taking each skill, practicing it one at a time, practicing it every day. Because if 48 hours goes by and you haven't practiced it, you'll start to lose that skill. Because when they saw for themselves what was really happening behind the curtain, do you think they started to change and enhance their behaviors? Because once you see it, you realize, wow, I'm actually a lot more confident than I thought, or vice versa. Are you getting that the way we've been taught and the habits we have picked up actually make it more difficult for us to communicate with influence Monday to Monday?
I think the idea of taping myself is very important, and then I can work on the finer points from there.
I think another really good point she made is making sure that you're consistent Monday to Monday and that you can change a behavior over time if you're really conscious about that.
Stacey teaches your people how to be confident, trusted, focused, and to be heard. She's as compelling in her message as she is entertaining. Stacey's message provides proven results and a return on investment to a wide variety of industries. She has over 15,000 on her client list, from business leaders in the financial industry to healthcare, government, and everyone in between.
Your second challenge is exactly what you just did. Someone that you know is going to be so truthful with you, and you're willing to step outside your comfort zone to say, all right, during this phone conversation, during this hallway conversation, while we have lunch, would you please tell me every time I say, fill in your challenge? And there she is on the busy streets of New York. She's on the phone and she's waving down a cab. Cab comes up, she hops in. Halfway to LaGuardia, she's on this call with a client. Prior to reaching LaGuardia, she completes that call. The cab driver peers in the rearview mirror. He asked, "Can I give you some feedback?" When you first got into my cab, you look like you have an important job, but when I heard you on the phone, I started to second guess what you do. You say and ah a lot. It takes you a long time to get to the point, and it was hard to follow your conversation. She said, fortunate for him, they reached LaGuardia. She hops out of the cab, slams the cab door. She's walking aggressively down the airport terminal, and she realized, I think he just told me what everyone else is saying behind my back. To find an accountability partner. Find someone that's going to start giving you trustworthy feedback that doesn't sound like good, nice job, but that really in a month, in 2 months, suddenly you start to get feedback that follows those adjectives that you wrote down. Your reputation is no longer that misperception, but it truly is, man, every time I'm interacting with you, you just really, I trust you.
And Stacey's presentation today was amazing. The moment she walked in, she was very engaging. She made you want to listen to her. And I myself walked away with so many tools that I can use to become a better presenter. I know it's a long route to become as polished as she is, but I'm definitely up for the job, and she's motivated me significantly.
I think my biggest takeaway was that Stacey gave me 2 or 3 terrific tips that I can work on today. In fact, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to start working on the tips she gave me for being a better communicator and a better presenter.
It was a fantastic presentation.
She has inspired thousands as a featured guest on numerous national media outlets. She shares her expertise as a published author and blogger, as well as an event MC. Stacey's clients describe her as magnetic, a role model, captivating, enthusiastic, and a lot of fun to work with. She has a genuine concern for her clients and is committed to treating their business as her own.
All right, you want to have some fun? Yeah. Why don't you start fidgeting in those pockets? Now what? There's this moment of awkwardness.
That's not good.
And he said it's not good. I don't know what you're doing next to me. I think you will really benefit from this morning. I think you will really find this helpful and help you both personally and professionally, okay? Does this bother you? And you'll see a lot of this going on, where I talk to the screen. Now, sometimes if it's a boardroom and the screen's not as big, you'll see people caress it. And after a while, you're wondering, do I leave the two of them alone? Okay? People will not say to you, wow, I love your pauses. I really like them. No, what people will start to say, and this is where you know you've hit the sweet spot. And anyone ever hit the sweet spot in that sport? Are you still waiting for it? So you're still waiting for it. And my coach, early in my career, always said to me, Stacey, you're starting to accomplish these skills when you hit the sweet spot. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean I hit the sweet spot? Because you're just going to know. And there's 2 things that happened, is I started to minimize the distractions in the room. And number 2, the feedback of good, nice job, it started to go away. And the feedback you'll start to hear people say, wow, you really come across knowledgeable. You were very concise. I was able to follow your message.
She works with your people through keynotes, workshops, and one-on-one coaching sessions. Because of her flair for keynote speaking, clients establish meaningful, long-term relationships with Stacey and continuously return for her professional, passionate, yet common-sense approach to achieving influence and impact Monday to Monday.
See, your opening and closing is the most persuasive element to your message. What piece of the message do most people bomb? The opening and closing. And we also, it's this wing it mentality. Well, once I get going, I'm okay. You just communicate to your listeners, don't listen for the first 60 seconds, but after that I get really good. Right? I mean, you got to nail it right away. Think in bullet point sentences. Only speak when you know what to say. When in doubt, it is better to say nothing at all than to communicate that you don't know.
I was just very, very excited to have someone remind us, to have someone make us aware, because a lot of times we don't have that honest input of telling us, hey, this is what you're doing, or someone making or giving you that corrective action. So Stacey was amazing.
And I enjoyed Stacey's presentation as a graduate of Dale Carnegie courses and the Toastmasters program. I got new and different tips, and not just tips, but very impactful ideas and techniques that can improve my communication. And actually we plan on taking that to our entire executive leadership team and having all of us work on the 5 assignments that she gave us to improve our communication with each other as well as our board of directors.
Energize your next event with more than just another motivational speaker. Choose a fresh new approach that will untap your people's level of influence and capabilities and provide them with practical and immediate value. Partnering with Stacey Hanke is one of the best decisions you will ever make.
If you don't know what you don't know, you can never get to the next level of your development. And today, development is about influence.